everyone. I wanted to give you guys all a update, and if you see me looking down, it's because I've got a little notebook here to try to help me remember everything I wanted to update you guys on. So let's see, like, what's the last thing I told you? Like, I don't even remember. I know that my goal last time was to start in October, start keto in October, because that was when my daughter turned 1. And that didn't happen. We got word that we were going to be moving. We're in the military, and so my husband got transferred. And we have now moved up to Fairbanks, Alaska. And so, yeah, like, big change, big difference. We used to live in Tucson, Arizona, so it's like polar opposite weather and just, I don't know, kind of different life. So obviously, you know, some of those plans got changed. It's a little hard to stick to a diet when so many other things in your life are kind of uplifted. And so we had a lot of packing to do, and you know, just like purging things that, you know, we didn't really want to bring with us that we'd had for so long, because we lived in Tucson for like 8 years. And so, you know, there was just a lot that we accumulated, and we didn't necessarily need to have up here as well. So we did a lot of purging and then packing, and, you know, the move happened. So that was, we finally got up here in November, and you know how you like have to clean out your refrigerator when you move? Well, the deal I kind of made with myself was, when we got up to Fairbanks, you know, instead of just buying all the same stuff that I would have normally bought, I was going to try to focus on buying keto friendly stuff. That way, like, I didn't have, you know, I kind of used that opportunity to purge those foods that it wouldn't stick, you know, wouldn't help me stick to the keto diet. So yeah, I kind of used that as like this excuse of starting over in the house. So we're going to start over with our food. And that did work for a little while. I wasn't fully keto, but I kind of wanted to try out a lot of the recipes. So we were just kind of eating keto dinners for like the first month. But like I said, I wasn't in ketosis or anything. I was just kind of making sure that I had a well-developed like recipe, that, you know, like a recipe stack that I could go to, so that I didn't have any excuses when it came time to go into ketosis. I wanted to just have a lot of those available to me. And so yeah, like the first month we were trying lots of recipes, and originally my husband was going to join me on the keto diet, but during that month, for some reason, eating those healthier foods that come along with eating the keto style, he lost weight. I didn't, unfortunately. I wish it was that easy for me, but yeah, so he lost weight, and now he doesn't really need to go on the diet anymore. He lost a good like 20 pounds on it. He didn't need to lose much anyway, but yeah, so anyway, fast forward a little bit, the holidays come. You know, like I said, we got up here in November, and, you know, that's Thanksgiving. I was not ready to tackle Thanksgiving in a keto way, and I wasn't ready to. I wasn't going to be able to. I knew my family was going to come up and visit, and there's lots of bakers and just amazing, fantastic recipes that go along with our Christmas dinners, and so. You know, not being fully dedicated at that point, I didn't see a problem in just indulging during those holidays. And that's what happened. But I didn't gain too much weight, so I was really happy. I think I only maybe gained 5 pounds. But I did want to go back just a little bit in the storyline, because in October, before we had moved, I don't know if I had if I was using it as an excuse that I was going to be starting keto in October, in order to just eat however I wanted, because I would be starting my diet soon, and so it'll all go away. I don't know if I used that as some excuse, but I ended up gaining weight like prior to October. And I think the last weight update I had with you guys was like 244 or something like that. And I ended up swelling all the way up to 250, which was my highest weight. It was 250.3. and that was in October. And that kind of freaked me out a little bit. And then the move happened, and during that time, like, eating wasn't as regular, you know. Things were kind of up in the air a little bit, and I ended up dropping weight down to 238, and that was in November. So that's kind of what I was at when we arrived up here in Fairbanks. So yeah, I lost like 12 pounds in October through November. I mean, I don't really count that as like this big significant thing, because I probably wouldn't have swelled up that much had I not been like subconsciously using the excuse of starting my diet soon as a reason to just eat everything that I wanted to, because I wouldn't be able to soon, you know? So, yeah. So anyway, that was last year, right? That was November, October, November. December was Christmas, and like I said, I didn't want to do any keto or anything like that because I had family coming up to visit, and it's not something I wanted to do being so close to the holidays. I didn't want to start yet. So I ended up pushing it, and I said that after the holidays I would start. So that's what I did. Yay! Long story to get me to this point. So I started keto on January 22nd, and this is 2020, by the way. So January 22nd of 2020, I didn't want to make it like this, you know, New Year's resolution, because for some reason I just never keep to those things. So when I was ready, I just wanted to start, and that's what happened. Random number, January 22nd is when I happened to just be like, okay, I think I'm ready. So that's what happened. And so today is February 10th, and so that makes it about 20 days that I've been on keto. You know, I'll be a little bit honest. I haven't seen amazing results. And it's my fault. Like I had it in my mind that, you know, just eating keto foods would be enough to make my body, you know, drop some weight. But I had to do a lot more research into it. And, you know, I learned that calories still matter. And, you know, like there's a lot of people that just do lazy keto. And that's what I was kind of trying to do, trying not to put so much pressure on myself to make this diet work. Like if I was just able to slowly, you know, incorporate it into my lifestyle, maybe the smoother transition would just make the diet easier for me. I don't know, but I was justifying it somehow to just eat like the keto foods, but not track anything, you know, because I've seen a lot of success stories on YouTube that, you know, they were keeping it simple. They didn't, you know, focus on tracking macros or anything like that. So that's what I was trying to do. And so the last 20 days, I haven't seen these amazing results that everyone talks about when they start keto, like dropping, you know, 20, 30 pounds or, you know, in 6 months they've lost, you know, 60 pounds or something like that. I haven't seen any massive like drops like that. So I started to do some research, and, you know, I learned that, you know, calories still matter. I was eating the right foods, but I certainly wasn't eating the right quantity. So portion size, just looking at how much, you know, that little tiny amount of food actually translates into calories. And I guess fat, when broken down in the body, is more calorically dense than carbs. So like, you don't need to eat as much fat to get the same amount of calories as you were if you were eating carbs. And so like, for some reason I didn't have all of that information in my brain. And yeah, so I haven't been seeing the most amazing results. I have dropped some weight, and I will try to insert like an image somewhere here of like the last couple months of weight loss. I think, I mean, I'm just like in the 230, I don't know, 232, 233, 234. I'm like right in that range right now. So, you know, from November being 238, I have lost a little bit of weight, but I mean, it's just so minor. And I think it's because of, you know, not tracking my macros. So, in the last week, I have started tracking. And I have learned so much about all the different types of food that I tend to eat, and just being a little bit shocked at how much, you know, those things that I thought were just in the keto category really weren't going to be the most beneficial to me as far as feeling satiated but not having to eat so much. So a little bit of a learning curve I had to go through, but that's okay. I'm still keto. I haven't let this like slow progress, stop me or anything. I'm only 20 days in, still in the very beginning of this journey, so I'm giving myself a little bit of a little bit of slack because I just had to kind of learn things, so that's okay. But moving on, so I had to kind of calculate my macros, find out just what exactly my breakdowns had to be at the end of the day. And so I will kind of put up right here what my macros need to be and what I'm kind of going by. I will be honest, I'm not perfect. Sometimes I go over in the fats, and that's something that won't benefit me because I want my body to eat the body fat that's on me, not the fat that I'm putting in my mouth. But just sometimes that happens. And I'm also kind of struggling still a little bit on how to track some of the recipes that I just make. Like I don't know what the proper serving size is of a thrown together crock pot soup that I made that has all keto foods, but I don't know what the portion sizes are. So I'm still kind of trying to learn like what's a good safe portion size to just start out with. So anyway, lots of learning happening, but that's okay. So yeah, I've found my macros that I need to start doing, and I'm starting with a 20% deficit in my calorie intake, so that I can just guarantee that I am not giving my body enough to just maintain. I definitely want to be in that lose weight kind of category here. Okay, so we moved here in November, and I'm just kind of checking things off here. My daughter is now 16 months old. The theme of this kind of channel here is to watch me hopefully shrink over time as my daughter grows over time. So she is now 16 months, and she's just amazing. I can insert a little photo here of, just what she looked like with me today. So you can see her little change that she's had over the last few months. New things in my life. I've started online college. I really just wanted to embrace this whole like changing things that's happening. We moved, I'm starting a diet, and I just thought, why not start college too, because I've been wanting to do a little bit of a career change. And so I am going to college online while I stay home with my daughter, and just trying to be productive in that area of my life as well. So oh yeah, and I'm like 1 week away from finishing my first class. So yay, 1 more week and I'll be on class number 2. So it's really exciting, and I'm proud of myself. I've maintained an A so far in the class, and that's what my goal is anyway, to obviously have good grades. So back to like the weight loss plan kind of section of my life. I have been looking for things in this local area to do some exercising, and I found a water Zumba class. I have kind of a issue with my knees. Anything with like impact, exercising with impact, like hard running or jumping jacks, things like that just really impact my knees, tend to just cause more damage. And so I was trying to start in a kind of an ease my way into it sort of mentality, and so I thought water aerobics of some kind would be really good. And so I went to a class a couple Wednesdays ago, and I really enjoyed it. It was really low impact, really just kind of fun, really. It wasn't too challenging, and I think that's good. I don't think I'll be able to do it very long, but I think it's a really good starting exercise for me. Get the resistance of the water, doing movements and stuff like that. And yeah, so that's where I'm starting right now. It's on Wednesdays. It's just once a week, but like I said, I think it's just going to be a good starting place for me. And then I will kind of increase things as I go along. But it was really nice because I got to buy a new bathing suit, and I don't know, just something about buying new things for yourself as like a mini tiny reward for, you know, just being on track. Even though you haven't lost a lot of weight, just staying on track is, you know, is a goal. It's a small goal, but it's a goal. Just stay on track. Don't go off track just because you're not seeing results. And so that's kind of what I justified buying a new bathing suit with. So that was really fun. And then I wanted to talk a little bit about what I started feeling like my first week and a half, 2 weeks on keto, because I think I'm in like my third, going in my fourth week now. So like the first 2 weeks of keto, I've felt like less bloated. And it's such a really hard thing to explain, like what bloating feels like if you don't know. You don't necessarily feel thinner, but you don't feel so puffy and like, I don't know. It's really hard to explain. I hope like that you just understand what I'm saying when I just feel a little bit less bloated all over. It's all over. My sleeping has improved a lot. I have a little bit of sleep apnea in sometimes, and so, having that extra weight here on my neck just kind of pushes down that part of my throat, and it causes, abrupt apnea. And so I've noticed an improvement in that area, though I don't have very many episodes. And I don't know if that's just overall, the swelling of just eating improperly has gone down, and I don't feel bloated anymore. And I don't know, it just seems to be helping. So that's one area that I really feel like starting keto so far has helped me in. And then I also have been experiencing mild keto breath. It's kind of like a tinny, I don't know, like back of your throat, like as you breathe, you kind of, I don't know, it's really weird. And I kind of like, it's not a pleasant thing, but I'm trying to see it as in a pleasant way, because it's like a reassurance that my body is still in ketosis, and it's like a reminder that I'm on the right track again. So I have been experiencing that, and yeah, like not a pleasant thing, but I'm trying to see it in a pleasant way. So that's kind of everything that's been going on so far. We moved, and it kind of threw a chink in the plan here of starting in October, but I started in January, and I'm just gonna be happy that I started it all, right? So I hope you guys enjoyed this update, and if you have any questions about anything I talked about, feel free to comment below. I hope you guys want to follow the journey further, and hopefully see me shrink more like I plan to. If you would like to follow the journey, hit the subscribe button and the little notification bell. I'd really appreciate it, and I would love for you to kind of join along in this journey. If you like this content and video, hit the like button. I'd really appreciate that as well, and I will just see you guys next time. Bye!